we're back with some more Netrunner.
Yep.
That's the name of the game.
Same net place, same net channel.
The game is called Netrunner.
It is. Nets will be run.
Yes, they will be. They have been quite a bit. Lots of net running.
And it will continue.
Yes. Yeah, we've got
imminently.
We've got some more games to play.
Presently.
Yes. Imminently. Well, not at the moment. No one is. We're waiting. We're waiting.
Cards are being shuffled.
That's important.
Gentlemen are sitting in preparation.
Yes.
The mental lasers are being focused.
Indeed, indeed. So, yeah, just to recap, Gregory Tongue is runner.
Yes.
Peter Dinya is corp. We're going to see some CI versus Haley.
Yep.
It will be a money and card fight. Just throwing money and cards at each other.
Now, we've seen Greg's Haley deck already. Played very effectively in that very close game.
That's true.
We know some things about it. We know that it's got some very...
Yeah, this is, you're a fan of this one.
I am. It's weird. You know, it doesn't have a lot of multi-access, but it's got some random hyperdrivers. It's very quick.
Yeah.
It's got some weird stuff like Heartbeat and, you know, it's interesting. It's got a Strange Breaker suite, which I appreciate. And, yeah, it seems like it's well kitted to basically handle just about any situation. The only thing that it doesn't have is strong multi-access, no indexing in here. Yeah. And that means Greg has to be very, very judicious about when and where he runs. But he's proven time and again that he is just that. That leaves us with Peter Dinya's deck, another variation on CI. And this is a very, very interesting one. He's got, you know what, I think we've seen this deck before as well.
Peter Dinya?
Well, I don't know. It's another one where he's got Excalibur. So here's another one of these weird mythic decks. Check this out.
It's similar. Yeah,
one Excalibur, 2 Loki, and 3 Mother Goddess.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
I don't think there's any other ice.
That may be true.
This is very strange.
And some interesting. He's spent some influence on some interesting things.
Yeah. No, this is the all mythic all the time CI deck. It's surprising that this has made it so far.
Yeah.
Because it's only got 7 pieces of ice.
Well, and again.
No, 8. No. 6.
Oh, wow.
Right? 6 pieces of ice? That's like old school CI. You don't see that much anymore.
No. Well, I mean, we are seeing it in the top. This isn't the only deck doing this. What's interesting?
Well, it's one of the only decks running so ice light, though. Most of the CI we've seen in this top 16 has been pretty ice heavy, actually.
It's true. Well, and so again, as much as we bemoan seeing CI over and over, it is supporting vastly different decks within the ID, and that's cool. Yeah. So we see Peter here showing off some of the acrylic tokens he's won at past tournaments. He's using his NBN click trackers, even though he's not NBN. I think that might disqualify him from the tournament.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a ruling from the marshal on that.
Yeah, that's just not okay. It's got to be on theme. Otherwise you lose. And also kudos to him for winning enough tournaments to have enough of the sort of random credit amount tokens to
actually play
efficiently use in a game. So you know he's a good player.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I like how many people are just rocking the straight cardboard from the core set, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where it's at, man. That cardboard, that, you know, linen texture cardboard.
We're really running out of things to talk about, aren't we?
It's true. We're talking about the cardboard tokens at this point. I mean, I was about to comment on the fact that Gregory's got 2 nice alt art pieces there. He's got the past Worlds Procon, and he's got the GNK Haley. Big fan of that alt art.
You know, we can't read any of these cards.
I can't read, period.
Yeah, I mean that's I wasn't gonna blow the lid on that, but you know, I'm glad you're open about it. I appreciate that. You know, that takes bravery. So I applaud your courage.
Thank you.
First and foremost.
I appreciate that.
But secondly, alt art makes our jobs a little harder because
it's true.
We have to remember not only what the card we can't read is, but also what the alt art of that card we can't read is.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm quite proud of my alt art collection. I've got every single one except for Chronos.
Wow.
I know. I don't know how I missed that one, but
we should trade.
Wait, do you have one?
I might.
Yeah, I'll trade with you, man.
I might.
So, anyways,
I want some Mushin Notion.
I can hook you up, man.
Fantastic.
You want Mushins? Done.
Meet me in the alley.
All right, sounds good. Out back. So yeah, we've got yeah, Dan and Peter. So Peter was top 16 at the in Europe and won the Nordic Championship. It looks like.
Yeah, very recently, the 2017 Nordic champion. He's from
Yeah,
Hungary.
he's Hungary national champion. Yeah, so that's nice. Good
A
for him.
genuine World Finals here.
Yeah. And
Repping the U.S. of A.
Dan, yeah, a multi-world champion,
From
of course.
Philly, where I understand it is frequently sunny.
So, yeah, more hyperdriver. So again, going back to, we've seen Gregory's deck before. He's being a weird one. He's got a very aggressive Kate, and he's just installing zero-cost programs. I assume. Well, I know because we've seen it before. He wants his Aesops. That Precia and that Misdirection, probably just going to sit there until he draws the Aesops, and they're just going to be trash.
I love that Aesops is so strong.
Yeah.
You know, because like we were talking about, we've covered this deck before. It is a huge sacrifice these days. I mean, Aesops has always been a strong card. But it has not always necessarily even been a top tier card. It's usually was played.
I mean, it was Noise's favorite card.
Yes, certainly. But in this current meta, playing Aesops is a huge sacrifice. If you run up against PU, you don't have a levy.
Yeah.
You know,
if you're playing against CI, you don't have a employee strike.
Right.
Although we haven't seen. I mean, I've seen employee
we saw
strikes.
one deck with 3 employee strikes. That was the.
That's what I was going to say.
Edward
yeah.
Kim, screw you, CI. I've put all the hate in my deck.
Yes.
Die. We didn't get to see that one played.
That's what it was called, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the deck list. That was the deck name.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's on Netrunner DB under that title. Look it up.
So Haley just drawing all the cards like she does.
Yep.
Is there an Aesops in that hand? Oh
He's
yeah,
digging for
No,
it.
he's got it. It's towards the back there.
There it is.
It's the alt art Aesops.
That's what
so
he means.
You got to be up on your
It
alt art.
powers the whole deck.
It does.
It's a good thing that you're commenting with me too, because you ran tournaments at the Fantasy Flight Game Center for many years.
I don't even know.
3 years?
No, more than that.
Wow.
I mean, well, so I mean,
So a lot of alt art passed through your hands.
A lot of alt art. I've given out hundreds of alt art cards. This is true. Lots of G and Ks and leftover promos. Yeah, no.
Did Heartbeat hit the table?
Yeah, there's that
Oh,
Heartbeat.
hell yeah. What a weirdo choice. I love it.
This is I like this Haley deck. I mean, no offense, Peter. I mean, I like your tokens and all, but you know.
No, this Haley deck is bizarre. It's a Haley that plays unlike any of the other Haleys we've seen, which is why I'm rooting for it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But no, yeah, the Fantasy Flight Game Center here in Minnesota has had a very healthy Netrunner meta for a long time. A little bit of a lull in the last couple of months, sort of this pre-rotation where, oh man, like just it's tough to play before rotation hit because it was so anticipatory.
Yes.
You know that things were just going to completely shake up. People were aware that there was going to kind of be this core 2.0 thing, but didn't know necessarily what was on the list yet. So, but yeah, no, definitely a healthy meta. Lucas Litzinger actually started the Monday night tournaments here long ago, and those have been running for a long time.
Still going strong.
Well, a little bit of a hiatus here and there,
still
but
going.
Still going. But yeah, no, I mean, we don't want to beat a dead horse, but man, the rotation in Core 2.0 and just a straight up ban and restricted list has done a lot for the game.
It's been great.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on board with it. It's really been fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, the old Most Wanted list was an interesting way to try and balance some cards. But I mean, there were cards that were too powerful for that method of control. And frankly, just doing a straight up ban and restricted list, it was good. It was good for the game. Yeah. So Gregory playing more cards, just being Haley. He's got his Aesops now. He's got lots of targets for Aesops. He's got his Procon out. He's got, as you mentioned, Heartbeat. Oh, here you go, Alex. Peter has rezzed a lone Mother Goddess.
Oh, there it is. That mythic ice.
Yeah.
And what does Haley have to deal with that? Well, he's got one Atman, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I don't know.
I thought he did. It's been a lot of Haley.
We have seen a lot of Haley today. This is
I don't know
true.
that there is an Atman in here, actually. I don't think so.
Oh no, he's got an answer on the table there. He's got what's his face? Brahmin.
Oh yeah, Brahmin will solve that.
Yeah, which that's an interesting choice.
Right? No, I told you
don't
there's
see
so
that a
many
lot
cool
either.
there's so many cool random breakers in here. It's
Yeah.
fascinating. You know, this CI deck is doing some strange things too. It's got 3 brain rewirings,
Oh, interesting.
which I would imagine if you can score a brain rewiring and a show of force, you can win. Unless heartbeat's on the table.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's a yeah, maybe this has been one of the viable but less seen archetypes out of CI.
That's a legit kill deck.
It's a kill deck. Yeah.
That's fascinating. Yeah, I guess you sneak a brain rewiring onto the table, get it close, or just have enough extra clicks to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to make that happen. He doesn't. I mean, he's got 3 biotic labors.
Yeah.
He's
you got the
got-
biotics, you got the efficiency committees.
Yep.
Yep. That's how you do it.
Yeah, and a contract killer. What is that? Is that a
No, that
possibility
can
as
be
well?
part of the combo as well.
Sure. But
Yeah.
that heartbeat shuts it down so
Oh,
hard.
yeah, that is hilarious.
Who would have thought? Just a random heartbeat. Yeah, and so that's going to really make Peter rethink everything
Yeah.
because he's going to have to score out. I don't think there's any getting around that heartbeat.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Gregory would prefer not to have to use heartbeat. Here's a great thing too. Like he's got the Aesops too. He can just trash.
Yeah. Oh
The-
yeah.
the-
No,
the
he's
face-down
in
cards
no
from
danger
Heartbeat.
from a kill. That was a great pull to get that heartbeat out and protect himself. Now that's not to say that CI can't score out.
I like, this is when you know a card doesn't see a lot of play when your opponent has to pick it up and look at it.
Which one is that? Is that
It was Brahmin, yeah.
Brahmin? Yeah. That's amazing. I love these
Good
counter.
job,
I love these
Gregory.
counter meta choices. They're excellent.
Yeah, I mean, this is so much of the game of Netrunner is knowing what the meta is and making calls. Sometimes those don't pay off. Sometimes you try too hard to counter something and don't even play against it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, as we've mentioned, like Shaper's in the best place to just have those silver bullets, to have those one-offs.
Mm-hmm.
God, Gregory in a great spot. Not that Peter is doing bad though. Pile of money.
Yeah, you got a lot of money. You got a big old hand. Look how big that hand is.
It's a big old hand. He needs to.
What are you gonna
score,
do?
though?
I mean, he's so set up for the kill. He's so set up to actually do meat damage.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is interesting.
But it's not an easy combo to pull off.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not too hard in CI with all of the card draw and money and biotic labors and what have you. But with Heartbeat on the table, it's not an option. So you've
Yeah.
got to pivot into. I guess he's got an Audacity.
Yeah, that was the other interesting little bit of tech that he had. Audacity, a good card that, again, is we were talking about Wayland cards that are just exported into other factions decks. Audacity is one.
It's a pretty good one in Wayland, actually, though.
I mean, it's just good.
In Titan, I do like it.
Yeah.
But Audacity is a very interesting choice in CI because you have to trash your HQ.
Yeah.
That's.
It can.
I mean, you
not
only do that if you've got a contract killer out and you're ending the game.
Ooh, it's true. Yeah.
You know. I mean, I guess Audacity. Yeah, it's just a combo deck. You've got Audacity.
Oh yeah.
you've got-
Audacity's for the kill.
Yeah, it's funny. I hadn't run into this deck before, and it's interesting to kind of put together what it's trying to do
Yeah. Yeah.
bit by bit here in real time.
Yeah, no, I was aware of the combo, but I was honestly I didn't think anyone in top 16 was playing it.
No, I don't think I'd seen this before. I mean, it's cool. I think it's obviously been successful, and it's nice to actually see some kill with win potential.
Yeah, unfortunately,
because I thought it was
though-
mostly gone.
Unfortunately, though, Gregory's he may be unkillable.
No, he is. Heartbeat is a hard counter, and it's just so funny.
That is so hilarious.
I feel for Peter. I really do.
I mean, kudos to. I mean, how many decks have you built, Alex, where you've included 2 different consoles?
Approximately none, I think.
Yeah,
I might
that-
have had a weird max deck with a turntable and something else at one point, but I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, turntable. That was a classic.
Turntable's like, all right, this could be useful.
Man, I've done some hilarious stuff with turntable. Like,
I love turntable. I'm surprised you don't see more of it.
man, I remember oh shoot, what was the what's the anarch card where you advance a one of your opponent's face down non-ice cards? I'm just totally blanking on the name.
I can't think of it either.
But Queen's Gambit. Great
Yes,
card.
right.
Yeah, I had a pretty hilarious Queen's Gambited a card. Turns out it was a Beal, but I just turntabled it for more points for myself. So that was fun.
Does it retain its value?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, you know, Peter's in a tough spot because most of his agendas are built for the kill rather than for being useful. This brain rewiring is not going to do much good outside of that combo. He's got global food, I suppose. 3 of those will come in
Wow, but
handy.
you don't want to score those. Those are just to lower your agenda density.
Generally speaking, that's true.
Yeah.
And Audacity is not going to happen.
No, not unless it gets him the win.
But
which-
it's not going to.
Well, I mean, here, he may try and start scoring. And then in that case, like, I mean, I'll take an Audacity can get you a win score-wise.
It can, if it's your
essentially a
last-
zero-cost biotic. I mean,
That's
that's
true.
not nothing.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But he's got a long ways to go sitting on 0 points
That's
before
true.
that.
So he's made a
matters.
server. He's made a server. So he's going to try and pivot into actually scoring here. He's got a best defense. He doesn't need money. Yeah, he's really having to think about what he needs to do here.
Well, his whole game has changed.
It has.
Can I check your heap in the meantime? But feel free to do it in the meantime. We're taking one quick break.
Scoping out that heap.
Yeah, big old
I should
heap.
be doing this thing. So one minute.
It's a
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
heart-shaped spanner in the works.
Yeah, it's tough when someone drops just a random meta call card like that. That's just a hard counter to the deck you built.
Well, and I wonder if it was even for CI. I mean, is it in there primarily for Jinteki?
No, I think it's in there as like an interesting anti-damage choice. I mean, it's all damage types.
It's really versatile. Well, and it's actually a smart call for an Aesop stack.
Install?
Well, here's
Because you're going to have a bunch of stuff installed anyway.
right. It's true. It's true. I mean,
And ideally, you just won't need it. It'll give you that extra MU that you want. It's cheap console.
yeah,
And it's just going to sit there protecting you. Why
Yeah.
not play Heartbeat?
yeah.
Actually.
Well, I mean, I guess you'd
In an
play
Aesop stack.
Yeah, I mean, you'd play Astrolab though. if you
Astrolab's
could.
good.
But again, I mean, depending on what CI deck you're facing, and again, we see this multiple archetypes out of CI. You could very well have a CI deck with a lot of horizontal, and in that case, you want to play the Astrolabe.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he has both. Why not both?
No, it breaks 2 subs.
I know. That's what I said. 2 consoles.
You know, and that just, with 4 consoles, he's going to get the MU that he needs.
So
He's just going to pick the right one for
Yeah.
the fight.
it's true.
If he's up against something that could kill him, throw down Heartbeat. If he's
Well-
up against anything else, Astrolabe.
Yeah, and to be fair though, I mean, there's a little bit of luck involved. As we commented earlier, Gregory does not have like artist colony and fan sites, so he just had to draw that Heartbeat.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's true. He's got 2 of them or just 1?
I think just one.
Lucky him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 Heartbeat.
But he just hit a Loki just a little bit ago, which is annoying. But
That's
you know,
annoying.
It's getting messy.
is what it is. That Mother Goddess is really going to keep him out of HQ. Well, no, that's right. He has Brahmin out.
He's got
Yeah,
Brahmin.
he's random. Yeah.
I have to wonder how many games he played against these meta decks before cooking this up. Probably a lot. These are not random choices.
No. Yeah. He knows what
I
he's
mean,
doing.
we look at this and we're like, huh, weird, but they all make sense.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is the sort of. I mean,
Install.
this is the sort of homebrew.
I love it.
You know, like he's played probably hundreds of games with this deck.
Oh, no doubt.
And this is
paying
what
off.
shakes up the meta too. When someone makes this really interesting call that counters what other people are doing. I mean, you know, when you go to Worlds, you generally want to pick a safe choice.
But you know,
Something you know will
being
be consistent.
unexpected is very, very valuable.
It's true.
And it's hard to be both efficient and predictable for yourself because you want to be able to control what comes out of your deck,
Right.
and also surprising. That's a hard thing to pull off,
Yeah.
and it's pretty clear that Gregory has done that.
Yeah, yeah. And again, this sort of burst economy from ASOPs and caches is it's just enough. I mean, he has a professional contacts as well.
No.
But it's interesting that interesting that it's working as well as it is. It reinforces that it's a good thing ASOPs is on the restricted list.
Oh, I know why no one plays with Brahmin. I was looking at this and I was like, "What? This card's great. Why doesn't anyone use this?" And you got to throw stuff on your deck.
Yep. Yeah.
But if you're Haley
Yeah.
and you play ASOPs,
not as big of a deal. It's a MU
it's
hog
super.
though.
It's an MU hog. It's a weirdo breaker, but it's very efficient
Yeah.
by a certain measure.
But again, what a great medical. If he hadn't had that, what is his option against Loki and Mother Goddess? Just two different Atmans on the table? I mean, that's not efficient at all.
No, I mean you could do Al Machina. It's a good one,
Right, you could. Which,
but that requires a lot of runs to
Yeah.
power, and it can get shut down.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a good card.
God
but
of War works great,
True.
but that doesn't seem to be seeing a lot of play.
No, I think we saw one.
It's the self-tagging. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's a
that's
very,
a tough
it's
pill
a very
to swallow.
particular
it's extremely
deck. Yeah, there was a max deck. We
I know.
really
I wanted to see it so badly.
Yeah, we wanted to see it on the stream. It was just a tag me max deck, which was interesting.
It looks so doable. I'm going to look that up and build it. I was lusting after that deck.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you whoever had that deck, if you're on the stream or listening to the stream, like name that deck something really cool and put it up for us to find. Well, we have deck lists, so we can check what it is. So let's see here. Well,
Peter's not out of
there's-
this, though.
No, Peter's not out of this.
Got all the usual tricks and options.
Sure.
I do like the all mythic
Mythic
deck.
draw.
That's fun.
Which one? Oh, sorry.
Some very serious play going on here. Got to make important decisions.
Have to think. But sorry. No problem, man.
It's gotten very quiet. so
Yeah, it
we're gonna-
has.
We're going to lower our volume as well. Make sure nobody can overhear us.
Yeah.
Yeah, heartbeat.
What?
No, just I know why I didn't do that before. I don't know if I can win this at all.
Yeah, Peter in a rough spot.
Well, I mean, it's
Don't tilt, man, though.
No, he's still got options, you know?
Yeah.
Ain't over till it's over.
Well, again, though, that's really rough when you get that opponent playing a hard counter.
A surprising hard counter.
How much you want to bet this is literally the only deck he's had to play against that has Heartbeat in it?
Oh, I would bet. I mean, well, it depends on which side of that bet I'm on. I'm positive it's the only deck he's played with Heartbeat in it.
I'm not positive. There's a lot.
I'm almost
there's
positive.
250 players at Worlds, I believe. That's
But the
somewhat
the
up
chances of Peter having run
Yeah,
into a Heartbeat?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, man, just that's so much in Peter's deck that just isn't going to do what he wants it to do.
Got it.
Well, and Gregory's got Clot, you know, so he really can't even do much with Fast Advance.
Yeah, this is very true.
Clot, I mean, Shapers, they just have the answers.
But here's the thing. As much as we're like, oh man, yeah, Gregory, look at all the stuff he's got, he only has 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally just got them.
Yeah,
He-
but
he
how's,
still-
how's Peter going to score
He
anything?
still needs to win.
Yeah, it's true. He's only got 8 credits, so you could try to just sneak an agenda through some ice. The problem with Peter's deck is it has no ice, so
it's extremely
it doesn't
ice-light.
it doesn't have alternate paths to victory. Not really.
Yeah,
not good
no,
ones.
he's put his eggs in one basket, so to speak. Yep, giant hand of cards,
Manage my hand a bit. Oh, no, it should be random.
trying to figure out what his options are.
All carded up and nowhere to go.
Yeah. So
Purple.
Yep.
Yeah, Peter's feeling it. You can tell.
Yeah. I mean, and this is a long day, too.
It's a long day, and to have,
Yep.
you know, to have it come down to this is rough.
Yeah.
I really do feel for Peter here because he just ran into the brick wall that is Heartbeat.
Yeah.
It took him, well, Heartbeat and Clot. I mean, those are two very, very, very tough.
True. I
tough
don't
counters.
think Clot is going to make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
I don't know how much Peter can actually fast advance.
Well, he's not really set up for it,
No.
but he could at least be doing something.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
You know, you could biotic out an efficiency committee. You could, you know, whatever.
But again, I mean, efficiency committee not out of hand though. He doesn't. I don't think he has austerity in the deck.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, sure he could biotic a Vitruvius, but I mean that means he needs to make more money if he's going to pay that money. He's not going to protect anything
No.
behind that ice with Gregory having Brahmin out.
I mean, his best and maybe only chance is to somehow
Oh,
score
no,
enough
no,
to
no.
tie on time.
Tasty clips. Yep.
Okay. I'll look at our guys one more time.
Look, oh, sorry, I run.
No problem.
Gregory checking out the archives, trying to suss out, I'm sure, what Peter's options are.
Oh.
Yeah, a very thinky game.
Okay. Last click on ID.
Well, you're trying to think your way out of a problem that
Okay.
may not have a solution.
That's 90.
Yeah,
He's looked at that hand a lot,
this is true.
and it's not revealing any new.
No
Options,
not,
really.
Not really.
Go ahead.
Anti-draw. This was not it.
Yeah, I'm impressed a deck that's specific
hedge?
and niche made it this far without running into something that shut it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's.
That should be fine, but
I
It looks like a really powerful deck under the right circumstances.
right. Oh yeah. Oh, it can be. I mean,
30 credits? Yeah, 30 credits.
I don't know. I think part of the problem is,
Exactly.
so Heartbeat, like however many cards you have out, that's how much you can save yourself, which is a lot for Gregory. Any other sort of damage protection stuff, it just wouldn't be quite enough unless he like really doubled up on it. And other decks just aren't doubled up on that much protection.
No.
I mean, you don't have Plascrid anymore.
No, it's gone.
Yeah.
You've got sort of the half Plascrate.
Yeah, yeah, which is nice.
Which
It
is not
protects
bad.
against all damage types, but
Mhm.
like again, only 2 damage.
Yep.
Two. Let's do.
I wonder how Greg's deck works against
Four. Let's do.
potential Unleashed.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Probably do that. Was that?
That was quick one.
Oh.
Yeah. So
But I mean, it's actually 3 counters, right? It's Clot, it's Brahmin,
yeah,
and it's Heartbeat,
yeah,
and that answers everything.
yeah,
All questions answered.
yeah, pretty much.
Back to me.
One more.
He's just playing more
Oh,
cards
that's
too.
Yeah, why not, right?
Anti-draw.
No.
He might deck himself.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
That
the
would be interesting.
Excalibur, the
Yeah.
Excalibur is going to slow down Gregory.
but so,
Getting both of them.
True.
you know,
True. Very true.
this is tough. This is a bit tough to watch. This is the
Can I
first
see what's
blowout
going
we've
on?
seen today.
Yeah, all our other games have been very close, or at least had players
Yeah.
in it as a.
Very impressive.
Yeah, and that's it.
Green was the perfect turn.
What?
Like Green was the perfect turn. I had to kind of.
Well,
All right,
so the other plan would
there
be
we go.
SMC into Climb, sack
Gregory
Climb.
had all
so
the
yeah,
answers.
so-
Could you get double purge on
So I had best defense.
Yeah.
There's some post-game banter here.
Yep, trying to figure out how he could have done something.
Yeah, this is the
So my Afghan.
Yeah.
this
The
is
postmortem.
Postmortem,
Yeah.
exactly.
The autopsy report.
Yeah.
You played that extremely
Yeah, that was a rough run. Rough run for Peter.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So the only other thing you could have done, and like I do have a line out of this, but you could bait an agenda with the biotic to get the clot installed, because that gets you like a certain number of turns.
Which agenda?
What brain rewiring? You just like you. I mean, like it sucks, but like you biotic twice. You brain rewiring, like to get me to get the clot on the third advancement, like just pretending it's FCOM.
Oh, okay.
Or contract
Then I
killer.
lose to biotics, right?
Yeah, you gotta archive memories on for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's your only out though. Like,
Yeah.
Some interesting
awful.
post-mortem, but like what Gregory was saying there, it's still just a bluff.
It's a bluff. It's convoluted. It's not a good solution.
No.
At that point, you're so far behind the 8-ball that you don't have a lot of options.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just run up against that in this game. Like, part of a card game is deck building.
Yeah. Oh,
And
definitely.
if you can call the meta shots
Yep.
like Gregory's been able to do,
Yeah.
you've got so much power because you've got this weird, Haley,
yeah.
but Gregory style Haley.
This weird Haley. This
That
Haley
nobody's
people didn't
expecting.
expect. Exactly.
Yep. And it's still performing really efficiently.
Yeah.
It's still bringing all of Haley's power to the table, but it's doing it in a totally unique way.
Yeah, it's surprisingly better than I would have thought. Better this game because of those hard counters
Yes.
than the last time we watched it.
How do you think this deck would match up against Dan's PU deck? That would be an interesting matchup.
That would be interesting.
Maybe we'll get to see it.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope so.
mean, how many cards do you trash to Heartbeat to not take that extra?
Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Does Heartbeat help you that much? There's
no,
there's no feedback filter.
There's no feedback filter or
There's
levy.
no levy.
Yeah.
Is Gregory just dodging bullets here by not having to run up against Dan? I think he
Quite
might be.
Possibly.
It doesn't have all the answers.
And again, as I mentioned before, like he keeps drawing well.
Oh yeah.
With no artist colony or fan site.
No, I know. He's actually just hitting. He's hitting switches with no tutoring whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, again, like that's he's doing an amazing job piloting the deck, and like I don't want to attribute his wins to luck, certainly.
No, not at all.
But the order cards come up in matters, and it's been going that game especially. I mean, who knows if Heartbeat had been on the bottom of his deck? That's just a different game.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only the one Heartbeat. He does have 3 professional contacts. He's got hyperdrivers. He's
That's
got.
still slow to get
It is.
through a deck that way.
It is.
Yeah,
He caught Heartbeat at the right time.
he definitely
He really,
did.
he really did.
He definitely did.
Sometimes that's what happens, though. You just
Oh yeah,
get what you need.
Totally. Yep. And you put those cards in the deck for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it paid him off well.
Certainly.
But he's gonna be switching probably though. I imagine he will be playing his Corp deck after this.
Yes, it'll be his turn behind the Cerebral Imaging deck. And his Cerebral Imaging deck is, surprise, surprise, a CI kill deck.
Oh man, what do you know? There's another
It's
one.
got all the tricks. It's a little different, but it's got the contract killer.
Yeah, it's got some brain rewiring.
It's got brain rewiring. So
Yep.
he having built and having played this deck as well, he's got some vanilla in here, which is helpful. But he's got 2 Mother Goddess, 1 Loki, 1 Excalibur. I think the 3 vanilla is a good choice.
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit more ice, you
Yeah.
know, not just 6 pieces.
Yeah, that was a little rough on Peter as well, going ice light like that.
He's got the
and then
audacity.
Not having an answer.
Yeah, so I mean, Gregory
Not having that option.
Gregory playing this deck knows how to deal with it. He knows.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what's going on.
He knew what he was doing.
That is interesting. Well, we got another match coming up in just a few minutes here.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have Dan. Yes, Dan versus Gregory.
Oh, we're gonna get it.
There we go.
I am
We'll
so
get to
pleased
see
by this
Gregory's
because
CI
I was.
deck.
This is the matchup that I wanted to see.
Yeah. Oh, and Dan as Val.
Yes.
So we'll get to see that. In
This is going to
action.
be really interesting. Oh, I'm not going to get to see Haley versus PU. That's a shame. But
No.
we'll get to see this Val in action, which will be interesting.
Yeah, we already saw Dan playing his PU deck.
Yep.
So it'll be good to see him playing his Val deck.
Yeah, we'll get to see Gregory behind the wheel of his Corp deck, too, which we haven't seen yet.
Yes. Yeah, that should be interesting. All right, cool. So stay tuned for that. We're going to take a quick break here. Only a few minutes, I imagine. All right. But, yeah, we'll be back in just a bit.
Stay tuned.
You